know someone who married a second for her husband. They didn't have the same libido. His was higher than hers, so she thought this man will kill me. Let me find support. She married. Also went on to present a clear path for those who desire monogamy, directly linking it to parenting. She asserted that the key to a faithful one-partner world lies in raising sons with same rigorous principles as daughters. She said again, with polygamy, if you are really particular about having a man to yourself, then have a man with principles. Raise that man. Raise your who are polygamous and cheat are raised by someone. They were given those values by someone. So if you want a different world where it's one man, one woman, no cheating, then raise your sons properly. Teach your sons that their body is a temple of God, blah blah blah, and all of that. But the crux of the matter is the fact that she is saying, look, men are short in supply, and at some point we'll have a world where 5 women will be attached to one man. How does this statement sit? Do you think this is factual, or it is basically just gibberish?
No. This statement, I strongly believe that it's going to generate a whole lot of controversy.
It has generated controversy.
A lot of persons will not take it lightly with her, with the fact that she's trying to maybe promote.
The last time I checked, it wasn't a crime, so...
Yeah, it's not a crime to air your view, or polygamy per se, it's not a crime. So now, this kind of issue is not something you approve from just one perspective. I think she's coming from the crime perspective. So if you want to look at court, maybe your perception about it is going to be different from someone who is trying to look at it from a religious angle and all of that.
Yes.
So now let me start by looking at this whole issue from the cultural aspect.
Okay.
We as Africans, polygamy is part of our culture. And what you're just trying to say, you're just trying to re-echo that African perspective about marriage. So prior to this time, before the advent of Christianity, where they started preaching one man to one woman, one man to one woman, all of that, our parents, they got married to 3 or 4 wives, and they are happy in their marriage. But as a result of advance in the world, westernization, civilization, and the rest of it, that is why you're seeing a lot of problems where women now have this mindset that when I'm married, or even when I'm not even married, I'm in a relationship, my boyfriend should just be to me, my husband should just be to me. I don't want to share. I don't want to share.
As it should be.
As it should. As written by who? As written by who?
It should be.
Okay,
why do you want? Okay, the polygamy is as written by who?
As written by our culture. Now, even if
what culture?
Our culture, African culture. Now, even if I let me just ask you this simple question. Your granddad, how many wives?
My granddad was married to just a woman. I had just a grandmother.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay, your great grandfather.
I'm not really aware of that. So.
Okay. Personally, my granddad, he got married to 2 women.
Okay.
So 2 women, and they're all happily together. Even though I don't know them per se, but the story I heard, my uncle, who is alive right now, who is the eldest in the family, is married to 2 women, and they are all living happily. Now, when you look at this issue of polygamy, it's not something that we should kick it completely aside. But I know there are factors you need to consider if you want to go into polygamy. Like, okay, what exactly am I looking for? Can I truly love these women equally? Can I take care of these 2 women? If it is something you can, somebody like me will not be against you if you can do all of this. But the situation where you just want to maybe prove a point, you just want to gather women around you, and at the end of the day, maybe your resources cannot go round, take care of all these women, maybe putting the women into abject poverty or suffering, as the case may be. And these women, when they come, definitely they all want to have their own children. So these children that these women will have for you, are you sure you can properly take care of them? If your answers to all of these questions is yes, go ahead, my brother.
But I feel like if we are comparing what used to be back in the day, we also need to bring out certain factors why people wanted to marry more than a wife back then. Now, one of the prominent reasons as at that time was because some men wanted people that work on their farm.
Sure.
Yes. So more wives, more children.
More workforce.
So, yes, more workforce. The workforce is increased, so you have more. The manpower is more, and people would be there to work for you. And then other people saw that as prestige. You do not. Some people took wives as a status symbol.
Yes.
Because if you bring more than a wife, if you have 4 women under your roof, even you, that man, you are someone that they should raise hand for. They should dobale for you, because even a wife, it's a lot for people that are married. They say that it's not easy, and even for the women, it's a lot living with a man that you were not born with. You just came and you guys met and you are cohabiting together, or coexisting together. So looking at it now, you being married to 5 or 4 or even 10, and you are doing your duties, or maybe some of your duties, and you have children you are catering to. People saw that as status symbol, that you are really like an odogo, like you said. You are really like that person. And for people that wanted that titles or wanted to hold that level of prestige in the society, that was a big deciding factor for them to be whoever they wanted to be. It was like an accomplishment. But as the world begins to advance more, as the world began to advance rather, people started withdrawing from this, because they felt that, okay, one wife, less trouble. Let's be honest. In a typical polygamous home, even though some people will say when there is money, polygamy is easy, but there are still some challenges that are there. Some people would say that it makes the family to be divided on so many fronts, that sometimes your children, that peaceful coexistence will not be there. And some men would insist that their wives have to live in the same place, so that they would be able to see everyone. Because if your wives are living apart, maybe the wife might be cheating, or the wife might be seeing someone else, and will have time to go or just go around. But the truth is, as we have advanced, people are beginning to understand that there are other ways to do farm work. Now there is mechanized farming. You don't need your children to be there before you do farm work. You don't need to marry a lot of wives because you want to do farm work, or you need manpower. So I think technology and so many things that our civilization has brought has reduced some of these things. If you are telling me that, okay, a man is getting married to a second or third wife because, the wife that he got married to does not share the same libido with him or something, that's like, what's the guarantee that this one is not going to get tired? I think that polygamy is just a choice. Polygamy is a choice, and not necessarily how do I put it now? I don't see it as a culture. No, I don't want to see it as a culture, because what about those that actually grew up seeing that their dads were married to 4 or 3 wives or 2 wives, yet chose to be monogamous? Because there were some things they saw that they felt that, look, there's no way I'm going to immerse myself in that. I'm not going to do it. Because they saw the challenges. So when people say that polygamy is part of our culture, yes, maybe in the past it was a way of life, because people felt at the time that they needed to do this because they wanted manpower for their farming, they wanted manpower for agriculture, or they saw that as a status symbol. And then maybe fall to today, some people still see marriage as a status symbol. Because if you come to the public now, you want to run for public office, some people would ask, is he even married? And if you notice that the moment they get into office, if they get into office or married, they have to get married. Because I feel like in this part of the world, we take marriage very seriously, because marriage is such a big confirmation of responsibility, commitment. You are bringing somebody to be under your roof, and this person is going to be your responsibility for the entirety that you're going to be with the person. But I don't want to see that polygamy is our culture. Who made that our culture? Who made it our culture? And why are we saying it's a culture?
When we said something is a culture, that is a people's way of life that has been in existence for.
But why that some people did not do it?
Anything that culture is not something that has to apply.
That is stamped everybody.
It's not something that is stamped.
Brings me to the part where I said that it is a choice. Because it's just a type of marriage. If you decide that you want to, there are different factors. Now, some women would want to say, okay, my husband, I cannot give you children. And then maybe she's not feeling guilty. They'll not say, the man should go and marry another woman and try again. And some men will say, they are looking for a baby boy. Even though we know that the most contributing factor to bringing a baby boy in this world is a man that is responsible. But they will say, okay, let's go and bring a woman that will give you a baby boy. And that is how the man will keep marrying till they'll be trying and doing error till the man will get a baby boy. And so many other factors. So for me, I feel like it's a choice. It's a decision.
Now, let me just go in this way. In as much as polygamy is a choice, it is part of our culture. We can't erode that, but it is still a choice, as you said. But now let's just look at it this way. Now, if polygamy is part of our culture, we should not criminalize it. Now, some persons look at any man who attempts to get married to a second wife, it's as if you are committing an abomination.
No.
In as much as we're not going to force anybody to go into polygamy, but let us accept the fact that anybody who have observed himself very well and feel that, okay, there's a need for me to take a second wife, and I'm very sure that I can take care of her and the first wife, go ahead. It is your choice. Nobody is going to criminalize you or trying to say, okay, this person have committed an abomination. No. In as much as we are not going to force you to do it, it is part of our culture. Our culture doesn't speak against it. Okay, now, if I am a man, as an African man, for instance, if I now decide to take a second wife or a third wife, my kinsmen will not call me to order and said, you have committed an abomination. No, our culture permits it. In as much as nobody is going to force me to do it, in as much as it is a free will on my own part, my culture will not look at it as if I'm doing something evil against the land.
No.
That's what makes it cultural. And people should accept it that whosoever that is deciding to go into it is the person's choice per se. That is fine, but the person is not committing any crime, either against the culture where he or she comes from or against the government.
True. And remember, when we started the first time, I made it clear that the last time I checked, polygamy was not a crime. It might be a moral issue, depending on where you got your marriage or where you got married. If you got married in the church, it's obvious that there's going to be a moral burden to it, because it speaks against the principle that you said, okay, a man is going to leave his family and cling to his wife. A wife. They do not say wives, one wife. So if you took your wife to the church and stood before God and man and said you are vowing to this person to be with this person in sickness, in health, better for worse, and then tomorrow you want to take another wife, that is going to be a problem. But they are not going to look at it from the criminal aspect, because it's not a crime, but they're going to look at it from the fact that you broke a moral code, you broke an obligation that you took, an oath that you took, that you are going to be with this person. Now, I think that the problem here is the fact that some men, when they decide to go polygamous, they do not come clean. Maybe because they are not sure how the woman is going to receive it. I don't think that any sane woman will be comfortable with having a second wife.
Some are comfortable.
Some are comfortable. Okay, he says some are comfortable. Are they clearly comfortable, or they are pretending to be comfortable? So if the case is you want to take a wife, tell your wife about it. Let her know that you want to take another wife. I don't think there is anything wrong in opening up. I think it's better that way. But there is a way that some men would do it to spite their wives. They will rub it in your face. And I think that is where the whole aggression begins. You now see the bad energy, the bad blood, the whole thing coming in, because now she's having a competition. She's having someone that is coming, and then the man is already showing this person coming in and see, I don't rate my first wife, I don't regard her. My second wife, I don't regard them. So this other person is now coming with a mindset. It's not the same thing as you having a side chick. Maybe the time you're having a side chick, you are hiding it, you are doing it hush hush, because you know that no matter how this whole thing is sweet for you, you're not going to leave your wife to be with this person. So you are basically just playing away match. But when you decide to sign this player and bring them back home, why is it that you are not telling the club owners? You are keeping it away. I'm using football terms.
Okay,
I'm using football terms now. So why do you want to play away without involving your management?
Okay, now, before I start talking about this last point you just raised, let me just say something. When you're talking about when you get married in the church, you take a vow that you're going to stay with this person for the rest of your life and all of that. Before any church wedding, I want to believe they have to do it traditionally first.
So which one binds? These are the problems. These are the issues.
Now the thing is just that,
which really counts? The traditional or the church wedding? Which counts?
Both should count. Both should count. It depends on the person involved. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this into this because I don't all this conversation trying to look at somebody who is intending to get married to a second wife as somebody who is not responsible, who is blah blah blah, is because of our religious teachings. Now, we are as Christians, we're taught that no matter what, in sickness, in health, you're supposed to be with that one woman. You're not supposed to take in or bring in another woman.
Yeah.
But you are coming from a culture. You are coming from a culture, and this culture permits this. So if a man that decides to maybe take a second wife, culturally, we don't see anything wrong with that. But in religion, they'll say that, okay, this person is failing to keep to the vow that he or she promised to the wife. Now, if you know that the vow is more important, then just go and pick the lady. Nothing like going to her father's house to pay the bride price and other traditional right. Take her directly to the church. Even your pastor or your reverend father will tell you, have you done the necessary things? The traditional right, have you done that? If no, they will direct you to go back and do all those things.
So do you think that there's a confliction in the institutions that should hold men or women accountable?
In all of these, now all these institutions or institutions, they have their different practices. They have their different practices, but it's quite unfortunate that we in this part of the world, it is difficult for us to set our focus only on one. You are doing traditional marriage. After that, you still have to go to the church. After church, you still have to go to the court again. One marriage. So what you're expected to do traditionally differs from what you're expected to do maybe religiously, based on your religion. So if I get married to my wife right now, traditionally, I am not bound only to keep to her. The tradition permits me to take another wife if I want to, and I'm sure that I can take care of the both of them. But if I go to the church will say, as I get married to this woman, make sure that it is only her and her for life.
But people now do three. They'll do the court. They'll do the traditional. They'll do the white. So which one
that is the point I'm trying to make.
Which of this would hold the man accountable?
The religion holds him more, because the church also will not even accept the marriage to hold in the church without first doing the traditional rites. But if I'm born to get married to any particular lady now and I go to her house, they will not ask me if I've done the church wedding. It is only the church that have to ask, have you done the right thing traditionally? That's to tell that the church also even respects tradition. The church respects tradition.
Okay, now talking about the scarcity of men.
Yeah.
I think that statement is objectifying men. Why are you reducing men to just objects that women should be attached to? Maybe she wants to say it in a different way, but I feel like I'm uncomfortable with that statement. Yeah. There are no scarcity of men. If she say, okay, maybe men who want to be responsible, men who want to get married, men who want to be hard focused. If you are saying that that is scarce, but even at that, using that word scarce, I don't know how I feel about it, but maybe it's time for you to be involved. Call us on 090-7353-0044 to be a part of the show, or 090-9705-4450. Let's hear from you this afternoon. It is the Girlfriend Show, and we want you to be a part of it. Yes, let's go. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and how are you doing?
Very well. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm James from Galadimawa.
All right, good to hear from you, please.
First time caller, read that there for me.
Okay, welcome to the show. I love it for you. Go on.
Even though I'm not a first time caller, but last time you promised to bring it there.
You got me there. All right, good to know that you're calling back. So go on. Go ahead.
Yes. So Sister Sandra and Brother Sunday, I'm enjoying your program.
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, now this program is very interesting.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's that when you are talking something about marriage, men are polygamous. Yes, we know men are polygamous. Nature, I mean, in tradition. But there's something you have to look at also. When you know that there's a proverb that says, do unto others what you want them to do for you. What are you doing? What are you doing to your wife? Like now, So you are getting married to another second wife. What of your woman brings them to you by getting married to another man? Forget about those days. You get married because you want them to go far. That you're not getting married again. You are the only employing workers. Not that you are getting married again. You get married because you can take care of the women. You can take care of 100. You marry 100. See, they done that. They will sack you from that office that you are there, and you are just employing women in that your house. What are you going to do to them? Some men are in this life now that their wives are the one taking care of them. So the wife is taking care of you because you are polygamy and the culture allow you to marry 2 wives. You go and bring another responsibility for her. Do you want to kill her? So you have to take in all those kind of things. Don't get married because your father has 3. You know the reason why your father go marry another second wife? Maybe your father wanted a male child. That's the reason. Maybe you were even the problem that your father went and married another woman. And now like this, you marry one and you have the male child and you are still looking for another woman to do what with her. You just rubbish them and just dump them. That's why you see many women suffering here and there, begging for food. That's not right of us.
Okay.
Some women just get into relationships. There's no any woman, though they will allow you to go and do that because you do give them trouble in the house that, I need a measure. That is God's will. Understand?
All right.
So you cannot just wake up like this and be giving your woman pressure. I need a measure. Do you want her to go and muster the measure for you? So when you check in that aspect now, you have to know that this woman is loyal to you. So she has to allow you because in this life there's no you that you are talking now. Can you allow your husband to go and marry another woman because just ordinarily like that you can go and be staying with another woman? Can you agree that? Oh no, it cannot work. It cannot work like that. It cannot work. So now like let's assume you born female for your husband and she wants to go and marry another woman so that the woman should be farming for you and you should be doing what? Let him look for her now.
All right.
So at least you have to know. And we know that nature. We know that definitely in some societies or some religions they allow their men to marry 2 wives. But it doesn't look at how the women, their wives, are feeling. They just do it ignorantly. Like they don't care whether the woman is having some pain, having some thoughts in her. You can't treat them. The only thing that you can treat a woman well is that respect her the way she respects you and just live with only her the way she wants. They just allow that because the traditions just live it like that. That's why they respect traditions. But nowadays, it's not the time that you say you are respecting tradition and properly your family. Concentrate with your family. So right. You respect tradition by keeping the traditional rules.
All right. Thank you.
You have to consider this.
All right. Thank you so much. We have to make way for other people to also reach out to us here on radio. Let's hear you. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yes. Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling us
Thank you. I just want to put my own comment on it.
All right. Go ahead, sir. What is your name, please?
My name is Okay.
Okay, where are you calling from, please?
From area 10.
All right, go ahead.
What I just see there, even the churches, the way your girls respect tradition. Before the churches came to Africa, there were the traditional activities all over Africa. You understand?
Okay.
So I believe even where I came from up to today, tradition still upholds churches. I'm an Igbo boy. If you come to Igbo land today, you watch out that many parts of Igbo land, almost all, are still participating in tradition because they believe in tradition, not that it's not believe in church. So what I'm just saying, getting a man marrying a 4 wife is now, to me, I don't see it as a crime. If you can, feed them, provide for them, it's not a bad thing. But to be honest with you, men are scarce. If you watch, I can tell you something, a story that Men are scarce.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm telling you the reality.
Thank you for your
Even
views.
in my area, I can tell you, two girls are fighting because of a married man.
Oh, that's
Can't you
bad.
see? I
That's
saw
bad.
this one is a life story. Two young ladies are fighting because of a married man, not even a single guy.
Imagine.
So I honestly, men are scarce. So anyone you hold it tight.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Do you believe that men are scarce? Let's hear from you. 090-7353-0044. Hello.
Okay.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Your name and location, please.
Yeah, hi, dear friends.
Hi, Mr. Friday. How are you doing?
I'm good. Hi, boyfriend.
Yeah, just a girlfriend and a boyfriend.
Yeah. That she is this issue. First of all, the lady brought up the issue, and it's biblical. The Bible said there will be a time that 7 to 6 or 4, 5, 6, 7 women will go for
One man.
a single. So if she says men are scarce, that means she's a lady. For she to come out and say it, she have gone on study and she have seen it. We ourselves, if we do not lie to ourselves, if we don't want to be gender sensitive, if you check around, you will know that men are scarce.
Yes.
Whether it's serious, it's not serious, but before you can count a guy, you count like 3, 4 ladies first in any place, any open place. Just try and check. Now, you now talk of the one that is ready to be responsible. It becomes more worse for you to find one. Now, when we talk about culture and religion, we should ignite religion, because it's not all religion that says stay with one woman. It's only Christianity. And this Christianity of it, I've not find it in the Bible page. It's an advice in the church, according to my understanding. It's an advice, like when alcohol is an advice in the church. Don't take it, because it will make you go north. So don't take alcohol, so that you will not do beyond something that will lead you to sin. Now, let's come to this marriage of a thing. No. Solomon, in the one that is recorded in the Bible that we are using, Solomon get how many concubines, not wife. And God did not take the wisdom he gave to Solomon away from Solomon to say, I gave you wisdom, you're using it to occupy concubine, not wife, occupy. So he did not take it away from him. David also, the man after God's heart. So now, but because of the economic situation we are finding ourselves now, the religion find it wisely to say, okay, you, my followers, you do this for this sake.
Okay, so Mr. Friday, are you saying that that instruction from the Bible came as a result of economic circumstances?
Yes. Because in the old, according to your explanation before, if you check it then, men got married so that they can have a large family with a large farm. And when having a large farm, you have a huge harvest. That will announce you as one of the rich men in the village, in your community. I don't know if you get that. Because with your good harvest, that make you, have money. And people will now see you as one of the big or rich man in the community. Now, these days, the economic situation and the workforce are start reducing. People did not really, how did I put it? The soil is not that fertile, and there's no much land. The way there's land that everybody, you alone, face one place and nobody to disturb you. Now you have to cut, you have to share. If this man have to take this party, your brother. So the population also contribute to it also. So there are so many factors that okay, let's stick to one man. Even the one man you are even having, the one woman you are even having now, you are even thinking, this thing, oh God, help me. The only one. So we're not talking of bringing the second one out to eat. you know what it will look like. To manage one is you are praying to God to manage it well, and now you are bringing another one. Now, in the other religion, there is one law they give for you to get married to a second wife. You must love them equally. Now, is it possible for a human being to love two people equally? Impossible. That's another question. So these are the things that are in the religious setting. Now, it's not a crime. Now, will you leave the women unmarried if we don't have much men and much ladies in the system?
Mr.
Why
Friday.
not?
Please round up.
Do you want them to remain? Do you want them to for God not to answer their prayer? Because almost every woman is praying for a husband. So if there are less men, whether the men are being occupied by one woman or so, let them also be part of it so that they can also come to the earth and multiply. That is the word of God also. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. It's like you had so much to unbundle from your mind. Go on.
You know, like this statement right now that is leading us to this conversation. Now, if it is something that we just want to be very objective about it, let's not try as if we are trying to spite the other gender. The fact remains that the number of women is more than that of the men. And if you're trying to like sieve the responsible men again out of the millions of men that we have, or the billions of men that we have, you can also see that those that are responsible is less compared to the number of women that we have. So if we want to go practical, and we say that all the men that are ready for marriage or are between the age of marriage should just go for 2 women each or 3.
Like
I want to believe that after all these men have taken all this number of women will still be remaining. I'm not trying to spite the women per se, but reality check. Can't see if we go out now from this our junction to area 1 or any other place, the number of women you will see will be ×3, if not ×4 of the number of men that we have. So women should just take this thing away from their head. We are just trying to, like, if we now accept polygamy, it's a way of helping them. It's a way of seeing that their prayers will be answered. Which anytime you go to any religious gathering and they say, let us start praying for husband, that the noise in the church or the noise in that gathering will increase. Wow. Everybody,
I didn't see this coming. You're trying to be savage.
No, I'm not trying to.
Someone is calling
I'm
us.
trying to be very civil as possible.
Let's take this one. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Abalomi.
Okay. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling you from Dubai, you know.
All right. Good to hear from you, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, your program is very good.
Thank you.
If someone can marry a woman and having 3-4 children, and you love the 3 children together, then if you have 2 wives, if you can love the 3 children that one person born for you, you understand? Are you with me?
Yes.
Here.
If you can love all of them equally, then if you have 2-3 wives, you love them equally. Because, thank you. You see, if you look at the statistics of Nigeria, since we are counting census in this country, woman is more than man. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. We're with you.
And number 2, our culture and European culture is not the same thing.
At all.
European people, they have marriage that we don't have children. They have marriage of 2-3 years. But our own is for life. So if you see somebody that can afford to have 2-3 wives, that they can take care of them, it's not bad in it, my dear sister and brother. Nothing bad.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. So from everything that we've done here today, it seems like we are concluding that polygamy should come from a place of being able to take care of whoever you want to bring on board.
Yes.
We really wish we could go on with this conversation, but honestly, this is where we get to wrap it up because we have to make way for the news updates. So final thoughts from you.
Okay, my final thoughts on this conversation is that culturally there's nothing wrong in polygamy, but maybe based on your religious affiliation there might be something wrong with it. So if you want to keep up with your culture, it's a personal decision. And if you want to keep up with your religion, it's a personal decision. But any of the divide you want to fall in, either monogamy or polygamy, do your research, do your homework very well, and consider a lot of factors. If the factors for polygamy favors you, go with your polygamy. And if the factors for monogamy favors you, go with the monogamy. But polygamy is not a crime. Simple as that.
Polygamy is not a crime, but it's very important that you are honest. There's no need being discreet about it. If you want to take a second or third wife, let your other wives know about it. I think that way it reduces the acrimony in a way. It means that you are taking them along. But I don't know how I feel about this, but I'm not a fan of polygamy though. That is a talk for another day. Well, thank you for listening to today's episode of The Girlfriend Show. Keep listening to Eagles FM. We'll see you on Friday. Enjoy the rest of the moments. Bye for now.
Peace out.
All right.